In this video, let's take a closer look at the complete story of Nick and Judy's relationship in the Zootopia series up to now. Before we get into how things stand for them in the second movie, let's quickly recap what went down in the first one. Judy starts out overlooked by the police chief because she's just a small bunny in a big world of cops. While Nick is a clever con artist who fully leans into the stereotype that foxes are sneaky and untrustworthy, he uses sharp sarcasm as his shield against the world.
Permit, receipt of declared commerce, and I didn't falsely advertise anything. Take care.
You told that mouse the popsicle sticks were redwood.
That's right, red wood, with a space in the middle. Wood that is red.
Judy is determined to show everyone that a bunny can absolutely make it as a cop, no matter what anyone thinks. Nick, on the other hand, doesn't fight those prejudices at all. He just rolls with them and stays cynical. But what makes their dynamic so special is the natural chemistry they share right from the start.
It's called a hustle, sweetheart.
It begins rocky, with plenty of clashes, but as they team up to crack the missing mammals case, they discover how much they have in common despite being total opposites. They balance each other out perfectly. Judy's boundless optimism pushes Nick, and his street-smart realism grounds her. Of course, their path isn't smooth. There are real ups and downs, like when Judy unintentionally hurts Nick's feelings with some prejudiced words during a press conference, which drives a wedge between them for a while.
I knew it. Just when I thought somebody actually believed in me, huh? Probably best if you don't have a predator as a partner.
She has to own up to her mistake, apologize sincerely, and rebuild that trust. In the end, they pull together to solve the case, exposing the villain's plot and saving the day as true partners. Because of Judy's belief in him, Nick even joins the police force, applying just so he can work by her side every day. While the first movie highlighted how great Nick and Judy work together as partners, wrapping up with them as this unbeatable team cracking cases side by side, Zootopia 2 turns that idea on its head in a fresh way.
We're gonna crack a new case, make the world a better place, and be the greatest partners of all time! I mean, we're not that different.
It digs into the reality that they're not always the flawless duo they imagine themselves to be, mainly because they approach everything so differently. Sure, they nailed that first big case with Bellwether, proving they could overcome the odds together, but this second story shows the cracks in their partnership, revealing how their contrasting styles sometimes create more problems than solutions. Judy tends to act on impulse, charging ahead with full energy, while Nick takes a more relaxed go-with-the-flow attitude, thinking things through before jumping in. In certain high-pressure moments, these differences don't mesh well at all. Instead of balancing each other out, they lead to total chaos, like plans falling apart or small issues snowballing into bigger ones. Their dynamic gets so strained that Chief Bogo, frustrated with the constant mishaps, steps in and orders them to attend partner therapy sessions. He makes it clear they need to learn to understand each other's viewpoints better and strengthen their teamwork, or he'll have no choice but to split them up permanently and assign them to different partners.
I allowed you to work together because you did this city a great service. But today, you messed it all up. And now, some are questioning whether you should have been partners in the first place.
Sir.
Fail at this, and I will have no choice but to split you up.
At that point in the film, the rest of the police force starts seeing them as a joke, the hotshot duo who's all hype but struggling to deliver consistently. Even with all that pressure, Judy and Nick still convince themselves they're the perfect team deep down. They brush off the setbacks as random bad luck, not as signs of their deeper differences getting in the way. Judy embodies the classic dedicated cop who's ready to risk everything for the job, always putting the case first no matter the danger. Nick, though, doesn't operate with that same intensity. He's more cautious about throwing himself into life or death situations. Throughout the movie, Judy dives headfirst into risky spots over and over, and Nick ends up pulling her out of trouble time after time, keeping her safe when her boldness goes too far. This pattern builds tension steadily, showing how their outlooks pull them in opposite directions even as they push forward to uncover the mystery. Things finally boil over in a heated argument that forces them both to confront their divide head-on. Nick argues that the case just isn't worth dying for. It's not that he doesn't care, but he sees the bigger picture of self-preservation in a world full of risks. Judy, on the other hand, is driven by this core belief that one determined person really can change things for the better, no matter the personal cost. She feels a strong pull to do what's right, even if it means going all in. Nick holds the opposite view. No matter how hard you try, the world stays messy and unchanged in the end, so why gamble everything?
Judy,
We
just...
have to solve the case, Nick!
I don't care about the case. Judy, it's not worth dying for.
The world will never be a better place if no one is brave enough to do the right thing.
The world is what it is, Carrots, and sometimes being a hero, it just doesn't make a difference.
I think, maybe we are different.
This clash hits hard because it contrasts so sharply with how in sync they were before, highlighting just how much their philosophies have been tested by the realities of their work together. After their intense argument brings their clashing perspectives into full view, Nick ends up arrested, forcing Judy to tackle the case without him by her side, while he wrestles with a deep sense of regret and frustration over the painful truths she laid out between them. It weighs on him heavily. Her pointing out their differences hits hard because at his core, all he's wanted is to keep her safe, to shield her from real harm since she has become so incredibly important to him in ways that go beyond just partnership.
I said the case isn't worth dying for. Like, as in it isn't worth her dying for because solitary animals like me don't have real friends. And I don't want to lose her.
Judy, however, stays completely committed to pushing ahead, diving into even the most dangerous situations with relentless resolve, which leaves him feeling powerless from behind bars, constantly worried that her boldness might lead to irreversible consequences without him there to intervene. Nick saved her life many times throughout the film. For example, during the high-stakes chase with Gary, Judy charges straight into a massive water pipe transportation system without a second thought about the drowning risk from the rushing water, and before long, she's trapped inside the pipe, struggling and nearly drowning as the flood overtakes her. Nick steps in at the exact right moment, pulling her out and ensuring she escapes what could have been a fatal end. Another critical save happens when she's moments away from a deadly injection, right after breaking out of prison with Nibbles. Nick's immediate priority is reaching her, so he recruits Flash for the fastest possible transport. His quick action pays off perfectly. Just before the injection can strike Judy fatally, the car arrives and collides with the threat, diverting it and sparing her life in a chaotic but effective rescue. Then, toward the film's tense climax, Pobbert injects Judy with the deadly poison and seizes the only available antidote to guarantee her death, before turning his attention to Nick. In that frantic instant, Nick throws the antidote to Gary with precise timing, allowing him to administer it and save her just as she's slipping away. She survives because of his speed, but it underlines the harsh reality that any delay would have meant losing her forever, leaving him overwhelmed with guilt. Now that we've unpacked the tensions and conflicts that tested their partnership in Zootopia 2, let's explore the romantic hints that emerge along the way, subtle but purposeful moments that deepen their connection without turning the film into a full-blown love story. Early on, Nick and Judy go undercover as a married couple with a fake baby in tow, and Nick casually calls her babe while in character.
He's right, gosh darn it. You are right, sir. Yeah, I guess we should have thought this through, right, babe?
It's a clear tease from the creators, aimed squarely at people who love the idea of them together, playing up that pretend family dynamic to stir excitement and daydreams without committing to anything big. The way Nick looks at her is also really telling. When they're sneaking into the Zootennial Gala and she's wearing that yellow dress, his look holds with a blend of admiration and tenderness that feels intimate, cutting through their everyday teamwork to suggest feelings he doesn't spell out, making those silent beats resonate in a way that lingers. The confession scene is definitely the highest point when we talk about their feelings. After the chaos, close calls, and raw struggles, they open up about how much the other truly means to them and the sheer fear of losing that bond. Many first-time viewers sense the build-up and brace for a major romantic payoff, like a kiss to seal the moment. It delivers that same gripping intensity through straightforward, heartfelt words alone.
Okay, I don't care that we're different. You know, what I care about is you. I care about you. Okay? No one else in the world matters more to me than you do.
You're the only one in my life who ever believed in me, even when I don't even believe in myself. And I should have told you that. No one else in the world matters to me more than you do either.
You are the only partner I would ever want because you're my fluffle.
That's a bunch of rabbits.
This honest back and forth shows their care bridging their differences completely, allowing them to emerge tighter than ever. It's a natural, beautiful progression in their relationship. The carrot pen stands as the heartfelt symbol of their partnership, but it gets destroyed during one of their disagreements, mirroring how fragile their trust felt at its breaking point. By the end, Nick surprises her with a brand new one, saying "Love you, partner," only to get totally caught off guard when Judy quickly records the line.
Love you, partner. But I am still me, so I'm only saying it once a decade. Love you, partner. Oh, I'm gonna need that back.
It's a fun, clever reversal of the old pen's audio, where he'd surprised her by capturing her calling herself a dumb bunny and used it to tease her lightly over time. And now she flips the script by saving his warm words for keeps. In the post-credits scene, she's replaying that recording over and over, just soaking in the sound of him saying it, which quietly lays bare her feelings. His voice and sentiment clearly touch her on a deep personal level, proving how much his presence and thoughts shape her beyond just the badge.
Love you, partner. Love you, partner.
Hey, buddy, you gonna keep playing that all night? Leave her alone. She's proud of herself, but still seeks external validation.